Hi guys, David with We Plum.
Let's walk in. One more time.
Breathe. Here we go. Hey guys, David with We Plum. We just finished installing this water heater behind me. When we do water heater installs, we actually go ahead and replace the expansion tank as well. Up here you can see the expansion tank above my head. I'm gonna go ahead and show you and explain to you a little bit as to what it's for, what its purpose is, and what have you, and then we'll go from there. All right, here we go. What's the purpose of an expansion tank? As your water heater heats up, it causes thermal expansion. This gives you a buffer and allows it a place to go. On the inside, there's a rubber bladder. At the top, you have a little fill port, just like pumping up your tire. On the bottom, we have the water pressure. Air on one side pushes against the bladder, while the water pressure pushes against the other side. If it gets too hot, or the thermostat on the water heater fails, or the PRV has failed and it gets too high, expansion tank allows for that thermal expansion and gives it room to move to. Well, I'm getting my tools. We need to locate where the water meter box is so we can just go ahead and shut it off. Oh! All right, it's right there. Looks like I'm gonna have to dig up the shutoff. All right, let's close this back up. Let's get back inside. All right, guys, first thing we're gonna do is uninstall the existing expansion tank. Really simple, 2 adjustable wrenches or channel locks or whatever you have handy. Here we go. Always use a backup wrench so you don't damage any of the existing pipe or bend anything. Always remember, typically in America, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Sometimes the expansion tank will be airlocked. Right now that I've loosened it up, I'm listening to the water drain out of it because it's still full of water. Oh. This thing's a little heavy. They're not supposed to be this heavy. Well, I pulled it down and it looks like the bladder has expired. You can see the water coming out. Yeah, she's holding. That's a little heavy. Well, in the trash we go. Let's go ahead and get the new expansion tank and get that prepped and ready for install. All right, guys, here we have our new expansion tank from Eastman. It comes preset from the factory at 40 PSIs. I've already checked the pressure on the house, and that's about 48. So what we're gonna do is check the actual pressure on this tank, and if it's not at 48, go ahead and bring it up to par, and then go ahead and install it. So go ahead and unscrew the top. Just like pumping up a bicycle or testing the pressure on your tire of your car. Go ahead and pull that off. All right, well, this one is showing 41 PSIs. So let's go ahead and bump her up a little. Let's preset it to 48. All right, guys, we're now at the pressure we need to be. Go ahead and screw your cab back on so we don't lose any air. Like I said, it's just like a bicycle tire or car tire. All right, we're snug. You can see the black gasket in there, but there's your bladder, and that bladder's solid, not all flaky and coming apart like the other one did. All right, here we go. We're gonna get ready. You can use Teflon or pipe dope, a Teflon paste pipe dope, or you can just use a Teflon or use both. Remember, when wrapping the Teflon, you put it on in the direction that you are tightening. That way it does not unravel itself. Now 6 or 7 wraps should be good. All right, go ahead and take your Teflon base pipe dope. You don't have to go all around it. You can just put a little on the end. It'll wrap itself around the threads. Just make sure you don't get it on the inside. All right. Well, here we go. Let's get up there and put this in. Remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Everything in plumbing, you really don't have to He-Man it or Superman it. You just make sure that you have no leaks. All right, here we go. All right. Well, there you go. All right, guys, now that we've installed that, it's rigid pipe, so it seems to be pretty rigid and firm. But if this had been PEX run throughout the house or PEX pipe, stuff to that effect, I would go ahead and use this product here from hold right. This thing's really cool. So what you would do is basically you anchor it to the stud. This wraps around it. You tighten it down with a 5/16 nut driver, and that'll actually hold it. But really, I use these with houses running PEX, but we have rigid pipe, we're fine. All right, let's go get the water turned back on and check for leaks, and have a good day. Remember, when turning the water back on, make sure to do it ever so slowly. All right, I'm gonna say the water's really running. Let's run inside, close this up while we're gone for a second. Make sure nobody steps in it when we're gone. All right, here we are. We've turned the water back on and we've bled all the air out of the system. So what I'm gonna do now is we've had the system pressurized for about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and check for leaks and make sure we're good to go. So here we go. I found visually checking for leaks is fine and dandy, but I found using your fingers are actually the true telltale of all signs, because you can look on your hand and actually visibly see the water. So rub a joint, rub this joint. If you look, there's no water on my finger. I'm just kind of checking everything just to ensure and make sure. All right, well, it looks like our expansion tank is not leaking. Go ahead and talk to the customer, let them know they're good to go, and we'll head on to the next one.